Now, putting everybody's motives into the best possible light. If I go to a presentation and I'm speaking to a licensed real estate, someone with a real estate license representing the developer, because ultimately at any timeshare sales presentation, you're going to be in front of a licensed real estate person at some point, whether it's a liner, closer type setup. The closer is going to have the license, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he can consult rather than just give information, and
he can.
Ideally, they would be helping me to choose the right size unit for me. For instance, I'll admit 20 years ago when I bought my first timeshare, I did buy on the secondary market, and I thought I was pretty smart. There were 4 people in my family, and we weren't going to be growing our family. I got a 1-bedroom that sleeps 6, and it's done okay for me. But I've regretted that one aspect. A 2-bedroom would have traded even better than my 1-bedroom. And if I had somebody really, and since I've never gone to my home resort, exchanging was very important to me. If I had a professional consultant rather than an order taker, I might have ended up with a 2-bedroom for maybe a couple of dollars more.
Well, what my personal opinion is that the resort salespeople really don't take on that consulting role. Their job is to sell a product to the person that person will buy. So you went out and bought a product that you thought you wanted.
Right.
Okay, so you bought it. The resort salesperson wants to get you into the most expensive product and make you spend as much money as possible. So the resort salesperson would probably put you in if they were available, a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom.
That's easy and almost a little cynical to say, but I have to say, it's been a while that I've been on on one side of that, on the other side of the round table. But what I was pretty surprised at the end of the day, that the buyer was that every buyer that left there was basically getting the same price for the comparable inventory. In other words, just because it's not like selling a car. If I would pay $2,000 over sticker, you might be able to get that same car for $100 over sticker.
Right.
But at the timeshare sales, at least that I've been involved in, they might be getting a different season, or they might be getting the 2-bedroom in the same season was selling for the same price across the board.
Right, and I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, if you're dealing with a licensed real estate agent, which some of our for sale by owner people, we find the buyer. Ultimately, to close a deal, most owners aren't very comfortable negotiating themselves, the paperwork, the right title company, because you can't necessarily use the title company that you closed on your house. So they look for questions. That's when we send them to a licensed real estate agent, and then they can, those agents will be the ones that, find out how many people will be traveling and all this and try to get them in the right possible product. So with that being said, I think, on the resale market, we do, the brokerage takes a consultative role in that. And, like you said earlier in the program, these people are at the resort using their smartphone, doing research before they buy what that resort developer salesperson is trying to get them in the product to see comparative prices. So, we really can piggyback on each other and help the whole vacation ownership industry if it's done properly.